AITA for demanding my boyfriend pay rent or move out. He's been living with me for a year rent-free while he saves money. I found out he's not saving. He's been sending $1,500 a month to his ex-wife for bills that aren't required by their divorce. He says she's struggling and I'm being selfish. Okay, so I'm 35F and I might be losing my mind here. My boyfriend Tom is 38M and we've been together for 2 years. He moved into my condo about a year ago and this whole situation has blown up in my face. Background: Tom was married for 12 years before we met. His ex-wife Diane left him for someone else about 4 years ago. They have 2 kids together, ages 14 and 11. Tom pays child support, court-ordered, everything legal and proper. He's a good dad, sees his kids regularly, never misses a payment. That's not the issue. When Tom and I started getting serious, he was renting a small apartment across town. After about a year of dating, he was complaining about his rent going up again. I own my condo outright, bought it 6 years ago and paid it off early, no mortgage. I suggested he move in with me. He was hesitant at first, said he didn't want me to think he was using me. I said that was ridiculous. We were in a committed relationship and it made financial sense. My place is bigger, nicer, closer to his work. Plus we were basically living together already. He was at my place most nights anyway. We agreed on a plan. He'd move in rent-free for a year so he could save up money. After a year, we'd reassess and he'd start contributing. The idea was he'd save enough for us to maybe buy a house together eventually, or at least build up an emergency fund. He was paying like $1,400 a month for his apartment, so living with me free would let him sock away serious money. I paid all the utilities, groceries, everything. Tom would occasionally buy dinner or pick up household items, but nothing substantial. I didn't mind because I thought he was saving that $1,400 plus his other expenses every month. Over a year, that's nearly $20,000 saved. That was the plan. The year mark hit last month. I brought up the conversation about him starting to contribute. Maybe not half of everything since I own the place, but something like $800 a month plus splitting utilities and groceries seemed fair. Tom got really uncomfortable, started hemming and hawing about how he hadn't saved as much as he'd hoped. I was confused because where did the money go? He makes decent money as an IT manager, with no rent to pay. Where was it all going? He said he'd had some unexpected expenses. I asked what expenses. He got defensive and said he didn't need to justify every dollar to me. That raised red flags immediately because we'd been talking about possibly getting engaged and you don't hide finances from someone you're planning to marry. I pushed the issue, told him if we're living together and talking about a future, I need to understand where the disconnect is. He finally admitted he'd been helping Diane with bills. I was confused. He pays child support. That's supposed to cover his share of the kids' expenses. What other bills was he paying? Turns out, he's been sending Diane $1,500 every single month for the past year, on top of child support. I just stared at him. That's $18,000. He'd been living rent-free in my home, saving nothing, and sending nearly